ape shit? Have you ever seen a crowd going ape shit?
People wanted those stories for years. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that people wanted those stories for years.
The night Kelly Rowland discovered how dangerous Jay Z and Beyonce really is was the moment everything changed.
No, it's still real alive. We alive tonight, bro. We alive tonight, bro.
From sharing the stage with Beyonce to trusting Jay Z with business decisions to realizing she was just a pawn in their billion-dollar empire, Kelly says the truth nearly broke her.
You could be the most talented person in the world and not do well.
Yeah.
It's because you don't have anybody behind you that really knows what the hell they're doing.
As time went on, people began whispering that Jay Z might be the father of Kelly's son, Titan, with fans pointing out how much he looked like Jay Z, his nose, eyes, even his smile. But what really opened everyone's eyes was when Kelly released a song revealing her pain, abuse, and a broken bond. Let's delve deeper. Now, let's start with how Kelly Rowland is connected to Beyonce and Jayz. They have been close for a long time. They met when they were very young, back in 1991. Kelly joined a girl group called Girls Tyme, and that's when her life began to change. She moved in with Beyonce's family. From there, the two girls became more than just friends. They became like sisters. They grew up together, sang together, and chased their dreams together. Over time, the group turned into Destiny's Child, and their music became very popular. Songs like Bills, 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 No, 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 and Jumpin' Jumpin'.
And all you fellas leave your girl with her friends, 'cause it's 11:30 and the club is jumping, jumping.
Were heard everywhere. Fans loved them, and the group became famous all around the world. Later, two members, LaToya Luckett and Latavia Roberson, left the group.
And two of the ladies decided that they wanted to fire my father as a manager without ever discussing it with us. We got a letter one day, and we were performing the day before together. So it was devastating to Kelly and I. They were very, very aware of everything.
Then Michelle Williams joined, and the trio, Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle, became even more successful.
I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna work harder.
They won big awards, toured all over the world, and had millions of fans. But in 2006, the group ended, and each member went their own way. Even though Destiny's Child broke up, the friendship between the women stayed strong. They got back together a few times, like when they performed at the Super Bowl halftime show in 2013. And again at Beyonce's Coachella show in 2018. These moments reminded fans that the bond between them was still there, and many people still saw them as one of the best girl groups of all time. But behind all the success, Kelly Rowland felt something heavy on her heart. She felt like she was always standing in Beyonce's shadow. It wasn't easy for her to speak up about it, but one day, she shared her true feelings. While filming The Voice Australia,
which one of y'all did no? Now I know how this button feels, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I am really upset.
Kelly was talking to a singer named Chris Sebastian. He said he felt like people always compared him to his older brother, who was also famous. That hit home for Kelly. She opened up and said, "I know how that feels. Imagine being in a group with Beyonce." She explained that it wasn't just about music. It was the way people treated her, always comparing her to Beyonce. Kelly said she used to question everything about herself. What to wear, how to sing, because she was afraid people would say she was copying Beyonce. She didn't hide how painful it was. She said it bothered her for a long time, about 10 years to be exact. She called it the elephant in the room, something that was always there but never talked about. It wasn't easy for her to be honest about this because people usually expect celebrities to be happy and confident. But Kelly admitted that deep inside, she struggled. Even though she was successful and had fans of her own, she still felt small next to Beyonce. That kind of feeling can be hard to live with, especially when you love the person you feel compared to.
You ain't running game. Say my name, say my name. You acting kinda shady.
Something strange happened one night that made people wonder even more about the bond between Kelly, Beyonce, and Jay Z. A few years ago, Kelly had a private dinner with Beyonce, Jay Z, and Beyonce's sister Solange. It was her 31st birthday, and it seemed like a fun, happy night. But after the dinner, something odd happened. Kelly was seen outside, crying. Nobody knew why. He didn't talk about it, and people started asking questions. Why would someone cry after spending time with close friends and family? That dinner became a mystery. Some fans believed Kelly was just emotional because of how special the night was. But others started to think something deeper had happened. As time went on, more and more people started looking at Kelly's relationship with Jay Z. Things got even more complicated when rumors started about Jay Z being the father of Kelly Rowland's son, Titan.
I think it's because he loves me, and also when he does it, I think he's like trying to get my attention.
This rumor surprised many people. It started when people noticed how excited Jay Z looked when he saw Kelly at a movie screening for The Harder They Fall. At first, he didn't seem to recognize her, but when he did, he looked very happy. He smiled and his body language changed.
I know some people, they would die for me. We run together, them.
People on the internet noticed and started talking. Some fans said it was just a sweet moment between two old friends, but others thought it meant something more. That small moment started a lot of gossip. People online began comparing pictures of Kelly's son, Titan, to Jay Z. They said Titan looked just like him. They pointed out the nose, the eyes, even the shape of his face. Some fans even said Titan looked more like Jay Z than Beyonce's own children. It didn't take long before people started saying Kelly might have had a secret relationship with Jay Z. Some even called her Becky number 2, bringing up old cheating rumors that Jay Z had faced in the past. The internet started filling up with comments and theories, with many people saying things like, Titan looks just like Jay Z, and there's no way he's not Jay Z's kid. These rumors didn't go away. Even after 5 years, people still talk about it. Some fans believe Beyonce's supporters try to ignore it on purpose. They think people are afraid to question anything about Beyonce or her family. They say if anyone else were involved, the media would be talking about it non-stop. But since it's Jay Z and Beyonce, the story stays quiet. That silence only makes people more curious. Why does no one want to talk about it? Why hasn't Kelly said anything to clear things up? Some people tried to calm things down. One person online said they didn't believe Jay Z and Kelly ever had a romantic relationship. They said Jay Z wasn't Kelly's type, but even that person had to admit that Titan looked a lot like both Jay Z and Blue Ivy, Jay Z's daughter. When they compared Titan to his real father, Tim Weatherspoon, they saw a strong resemblance too, especially when looking at pictures from when Tim was younger. So maybe Titan just shares features with both families. But rumors don't need proof to grow. Once people start talking, it's hard to stop them.
Can't get you out of my head. Dun, 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 dun.
Kelly has had to deal with a lot of these rumors. First, she was always called Beyonce's little sister. Then, she was said to be stuck in Beyonce's shadow. Now people say her son might belong to Beyonce's husband. That's a lot of pressure for one person. It can be painful to be surrounded by love, but still feel judged, compared, or doubted by the world. Kelly has worked hard her whole life. She's talented, strong, and kind. But the stories around her often focus on someone else, whether it's Beyonce or Jay Z. Even though Kelly and Beyonce still seem close, moments like the one at that birthday dinner make people wonder what's really going on behind the smiles. Was Kelly crying because she felt out of place? Was it something Jay Z said? Or was it just the weight of being around people who seem larger than life? We may never know for sure. Kelly has never confirmed or denied the rumors, and that silence only makes the mystery deeper. This kind of story isn't just about Kelly. The same thing happened with Blu Cantrell. She was a singer who had some big hits in the early 2000s. Suddenly, her career faded. Years later, something strange happened. Blu Cantrell was found in the streets screaming that someone was trying to kill her by poisoning her with gas. The police found her in Santa Monica and took her to a hospital. She was acting in a way that showed something was very wrong, and the police thought she needed a mental health check. People said she was having a breakdown, but others believed she was trying to warn us about something. Blu Cantrell disappeared from the public eye after that. She stopped doing interviews, stopped releasing music, and stayed out of the spotlight. Her last time on TV was in 2008 on a show called Celebrity Circus. She got eliminated early, and after that, we didn't see much of her anymore. It was as if someone wanted her to be quiet. Fans wonder, did Blu know too much? Was she silenced?
I think Circus Soleil was what I really wanted to join because it had the music and the singers, and I wanted to do the singing, and then it was like, everything was like a dream.
Her music career had already slowed down before her breakdown. In 2004, Blu found out that her contract with the record label Arista had not been renewed. She didn't leave because she wanted to. The label just forgot to renew her contract. That's strange for a big company.
You could be the most talented person in the world and not do well.
Yeah.
It's because you don't have anybody behind you that really knows what the hell they're doing.
Most people think there's more to the story. Blu later said she didn't make nearly as much money as she should have. She felt tricked. In an interview, she said she had signed a bad deal. Her lawyer was actually working with the label too, which is a conflict of interest. That means the lawyer wasn't really looking out for her. They all worked together to take what was hers. Blu said that only she and the people at the label really know the truth. She said, "Nobody really knows the whole truth but me and them." She left the music industry and lived overseas for a while, in London. She said being an artist was hard. She had no time to sleep or eat. She needed a break. Blu told a magazine in 2012 that she was working on a third album. She said it was going to be big. She was confident it would be a hit, but the album never came out. It just vanished. Nobody knows why. This made people ask questions. Was someone stopping her from making a comeback? Some people have said that Jay Z controls more than just music. They believe he has a lot of power and that he can end careers if he wants to. Some artists have even said Jay Z uses strange numbers and secret codes to control things behind the scenes. They say he might be connected to something dark. Some even think he is part of a secret group that controls the music world, and maybe more. Kanye West also made some shocking claims. He said that some celebrities are controlled by powerful people. Kanye said he could not be controlled because he never killed anyone. But he said others could be controlled, like Shaq, Charles Barkley, LeBron James, Beyonce, and Jay Z. He said their names clearly and told the world he wasn't afraid to speak out. Kanye said, "It's up."
No, it's still real alive. We alive tonight, bro. We alive tonight, bro.
Some fans believe Kanye. They think he is trying to warn people. One fan said that Beyonce once talked about using Bible pages as a tampon. That scared many people. They said Beyonce and Jay Z are evil. One person said Aaliyah was sacrificed so Beyonce could become a bigger star. Aaliyah died in a plane crash.
Plane just after taking off for Florida in perfect weather suddenly plummeted to the ground. Investigators now saying one of the engines apparently failed. Along with 8 passengers, Aaliyah, a young Brooklyn native and a talented singer and actress.
And after that, Beyonce's solo career took off. Jaguar Wright, another artist, also spoke about Aaliyah's death. She said Aaliyah had to be removed so Beyonce could shine. Jaguar said Beyonce's career was struggling before Aaliyah passed. Once Aaliyah was gone, Beyonce rose fast. Jaguar believes that was no accident. She says it was part of a bigger plan to make Beyonce the queen of music. Fans thanked Jaguar for telling the truth. One fan said, "I will never forget Aaliyah. Her soul was pure. She was full of love. She didn't deserve what happened. This fan said the music industry used her death to help someone else. That's a terrible thing to think about, but some people believe it's true. Jay Z and Beyoncé have been in the middle of many conspiracy theories for years. People say Jay Z might have used his power in wrong ways. One story says he tried to get close to Rihanna when she was just starting. People say he helped her career, but may have had other reasons.
With Little Miss Sunshine, Rihanna, where you at?
You have my heart.
He wanted her to sign a contract badly. He even told her she could leave through the door if she signed, or through the window if she didn't. That scared her, so she signed right away. Jay Z helped Rihanna become a star.
When the sunshine, we shine together. Told you I'll be here forever.
They made many songs together, but people ask, did he help her for business or something else? Some people believe he wanted to control her. That idea isn't new. Many female artists have said their careers were controlled or damaged after working with him. Amerie is another artist whose name often comes up. She had a hit called One Thing.
One thing you did wrong. Is this one thing that caught me slipping? Is this one thing?
But getting that song out to the public was hard. Her label, Columbia, didn't like it. They said it needed a bigger chorus. Amerie and her producer, Rich Harrison, worked hard to fix it, but the label kept saying no. After months of trying, they leaked the song to radio stations. The public loved it, but Columbia didn't want One Thing to succeed. People say the label wanted to save that kind of sound for Jennifer Lopez. Around that time, J-Lo was getting ready to release a new album. Some believe the label tried to hide Amerie's song to help J-Lo instead. In the end, Amerie's song was released, but fans thought something fishy happened. People also started comparing Amerie's sound to Beyoncé's hit Crazy in Love.
Can do it, no one else can. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love's got me looking so crazy right now.
That song had a go-go beat and a special horn sound. Amerie's fans said that her song came first. Rich Harrison, the same producer, worked with both singers. So who had the sound first, Amerie or Beyoncé? That's still a mystery. But fans believe Amerie's work was taken and given to Beyoncé to make her more famous. All of this leads to a big question. Why do so many artists say the same things? Why do they feel used, silenced, or pushed out? Is it just business? Or is there something darker going on behind the scenes? Her heartbreaking song, Dirty Laundry. Anyway, back to Kelly. Kelly Rowland. She started doing music on her own. One of the most powerful songs she released is called Dirty Laundry, from her album Talk a Good Game.
When my sister was on stage, killing it like a mother.
This song is not just a regular song. It's very personal and emotional. Kelly opened up about her life in a way that surprised many people. She sang about something very painful, being in an abusive relationship. She didn't just talk about the hurt. She also shared how this relationship made her feel small and broken. It even changed her friendship with her Destiny's Child sisters, especially Beyoncé. Kelly let the world hear her secrets through this song. People were shocked, but many also respected her for being so honest.
I think that people wanted those stories for years, and that's just so sad on them because it's not like that.
The song, Dirty Laundry, is a slow R&B ballad. It has a soft beat, and Kelly's voice sounds full of emotion. It tells the story of what her life was like after she started her solo career. That began in 2002 when she released her first album, Simply Deep. In this new song, she talks about the years after that and how things were not easy for her. Even though she looked happy on the outside, inside, she was hurting. During an interview, Kelly shared that recording Dirty Laundry was very hard for her. She tried to sing it many times, but she kept crying. It was like going back in time and feeling the pain all over again. She couldn't hold back the tears. That's how deep the wounds were.
Swear y'all don't know the half of this industry.
Kelly also said that the first time her record company listened to the album, she had to leave the room. She didn't want to be there when they played Dirty Laundry. The song was still too painful for her to hear. She said it took time for her to heal from the experience before she could even sing it properly. She wanted to tell her story, but it was not easy. She had to be strong just to sing it. Her voice in the song is soft but strong. You can hear her pain. She didn't sing the song to get sympathy. She sang it so that others who are hurting could feel less alone.
So sad that we live in a world where people don't want to see women get along and encourage and empower each other. And that's what we do for each other.
In the first part of the song, Kelly talked about feeling jealous of Beyonce. She said she was happy for her friend, but at the same time, it hurt to see Beyonce become so famous while Kelly was struggling. She wasn't jealous in a mean way. It was more about feeling left behind. That feeling made her feel even more alone during her hard times. It's not easy to admit something like that, especially when the world looks up to you. But Kelly was brave. She said how she really felt, and that made many people understand her better.
Swear y'all don't know the half of this industry.
Later in the song, Kelly talked about the abuse she suffered from her ex-boyfriend. She said he controlled everything in her life. He told her that nobody cared about her, not even her parents or Beyonce. He made her feel like she was all alone in the world. He made her feel worthless. She didn't know how to leave because she was scared. One time, he even broke a window during a fight. Kelly said she felt like that window, shattered, broken, and full of cracks.
Who wanna hear my voice? Meanwhile, this nigga putting his hands on me.
That line in the song was very powerful because it showed how deep her pain was. It wasn't just physical abuse, it was emotional and mental pain too. Kelly Rowland, Blu Cantrell, Amerie, Rihanna, Aaliyah. These are just some of the names involved in this story. The same pattern keeps happening. A woman gets close to Jay Z or Beyonce. She starts doing well. Then something goes wrong. Her career slows down. She disappears. Or worse, she has a breakdown like Blu. It happens too often to ignore. Some people still support Jay Z and Beyonce no matter what. They say all of this is just gossip and lies. But others think these stories are too real to be fake. They say the music industry has a dark side, and it's time we started listening to those who speak out. We may never know the full truth, but the voices of these artists, Kelly Rowland, Blu Cantrell, Jaguar Wright, Kanye West, should not be ignored. If they saw something, we should pay attention. If they are telling us something is wrong, we should listen.